Can't believe we called the all-time high.
Oh, we did.
Right at that cusp of when it's meant to
parabol.
blow up. So
Yeah.
like it's hopefully we're sitting here next week and we're seeing a 115, 120 Bitcoin, who knows?
Potentially, yeah.
We did.
We did tap 120 as well.
I said 115 to 120 within a week,
Yeah.
and boom,
Boom.
115 to 120, down back to 116 at the moment,
117,
but
yeah.
we called it. That's because we're crypto geniuses. Crypto geniuses.
But the Genius Act didn't go through the vote, so.
We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's find a cafe. Where are we going? We're going to go down. Normally we go sort of Turak or around the office, but we're going to go down Chapel at the moment,
Chapel at
try
the
and
moment,
find something organized. As always, it's all about being spontaneous and creative and Web3-ish somehow. So we will find something. And then we got a pretty cool episode, I think. We'll talk a little bit about what's happening, the new tokens, what's happening, some picks. Barry's going to walk you through a DCA strategy
yeah.
and what that means, how to dollar cost average your investment, and we'll take it from there.
Yep.
First things first, coffee. I need a coffee. Have you ever been to Chapelli's?
No, not yet.
Okay, so Chapelli's is like an institute in Melbourne because it's open all night. So if you ever like party or club in Melbourne, this is the after hours thing. It's like pancakes and coffee.
Okay.
You leave like 3 in the morning,
Interesting, yeah.
come here, pancakes, coffee. Should we check it out?
We can have coffee here, I think, yeah.
All right, let's see what Chapelli's is like during the day. Okay, we're at Chapelli's. Now, you've never been to Chapelli's. Chapelli's is, for anyone watching that's not in Melbourne, a Melbourne Institute. Basically, if you go out anywhere on Chapel Street and you're hungry at 3:30, 4 in the morning, you end up at Chapelli's for, we end up at two places, either Lamb's on Chapel for kebab, or you end up at Chapelli's for pizzas, pancakes. Yeah, different time in my life, but yeah, weird seeing it without a bunch of drunk people, but here we are, Chapelli's on Chapel.
In the day.
In the day,
In the
yeah.
day.
I've seen the sun come up a couple of times, but
Yeah, it still feels like early mornings. Still cloudy,
yeah, we're a little bit late
still
today.
windy, yeah.
Video might be out a little bit late, it's almost midday, but I do need a coffee. Like I said, we've got a nice episode, I think, for you. We're going to have a little bit of news, a little bit of good news, a little bit of bad news, a little bit of updates with what's happening at Day 1X, and also a bit of a DCA strategy.
Yep.
And then hopefully we'll...
Coffees can I get you, Jim?
Can I grab an oat milk latte, please?
Oat latte and
I'll grab a small cappuccino.
cappuccino.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wasn't even going to try batch brew. I wasn't going to try my luck with a batch brew. I do feel like a nice sip. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of dollar cost average strategy. But firstly, the news that we just saw of the crypto acts not getting in, not getting through. I know nothing about it. Please fill me in.
Yeah, so it was a news, it's still brewing up. So it's a news this early morning in Australian time that the crypto legislations, or the 3 bills that were supposed to be getting the votes and the passing on,
So that was the Genius Act,
the Clarity Act,
the Clarity Act.
and one more was there. So I need to figure out which ones. But yeah, so these 3 bills couldn't go through. So I think there's going to be a revoting done.
So just delayed, not a no, just a delay.
Yeah. And
Which
then
is probably why we saw a little bit of downwards swing today as well on crypto, on Bitcoin.
yeah,
Still in the old time, still in my predicted
territory.
115 to 120 territory. So yay for us.
It's holding pretty well, I would say, because people will take definitely profits as Bitcoin steeps up or climbs up. That's what we have seen. A lot of profit taking.
ETH having a little bit of a moment to
Rally,
3.1, and I think now is aiming at about 3.6.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that is people beginning to get out of Bitcoin and
Rotating into Ethereum, and because the dominance, as we discussed previous weeks, the dominance has toppled down, and that has led to a key rally in terms of altcoins, and a lot of altcoins are now maintaining the structure. So yeah, Bitcoin definitely looks good. And as long as it maintains this sort of level or range, we should definitely see altcoins fly. So
I still think we get another all-time high again next week.
I think so as well. Yeah.
Next week, I think psychologically the market and the investors are there.
Yeah.
The fact we didn't see more of a dip as well, I think
Yeah.
is really, really telling. And the fact that once again, this is a strong support for Bitcoin now. And we're get, day in and day out, we're getting amazing new Bitcoin news. Like I saw yesterday, Emirates is now accepting Bitcoin for flights.
Yeah, and crypto. Yeah.
So, and crypto, but they've called out Bitcoin, and the fact that you get that retail retail industry. We talk about industry adoption and institutional adoption, but the fact somebody can now buy a flight or upgrade to business class with Bitcoin and crypto, we're there.
That's a big thing. Yeah,
We're
definitely.
there now. And making it easy, the ease of it, I think is the key. The sentiment and the ease behind it. So we're seeing a lot more of these projects come on. So I think that's indicative of the fact that this price is here to stay for the time being. I know there was a lot of talk where it's like an artificial pump and then we dump back down. Maybe it's the peak of the bull. I think
we are
a
not
long way to
seeing any signs. Yeah, the momentum is there. The liquidity conditions are pretty favorable for the risk on assets right now. That's especially crypto. Thank you. So I think, that's one.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. That's one big thing I think that has happened. And Bitcoin did take a bit of long liquidity as it went down. So that's where I think the market always tries to, or Bitcoin definitely tries to get the liquidity sucked out, wherein it goes up, it takes the short liquidity cluster, and then it falls back to get the long liquidity cluster liquidated. So that's what has happened essentially. And that's what I tweeted as well, like yesterday as well. Like Bitcoin was
Tweeted or
maintaining.
X'd? What is it now?
X.
Someone tell me. I still don't know. It's still tweeted, isn't it, Elon? You didn't think this one through, Elon.
Tweet is like a
You still
cute,
tweeted,
cute
right?
pudgy language, right?
Pudgy Penguins is top of mind.
Yeah, it is. It is. It has been like targeting new highs on an everyday basis almost now, and it looks really good as a chart, as well as the fundamentals like we discussed, right? So so that's where I think a lot of altcoins now are taking the mind share as well as like trying to shift their structure. So that's where the market is now. Yeah,
I think Pudgy's got, Pengu's got the amazing marketing behind it.
definitely.
Absolutely. And one thing that I did that leads into the next segment is I just got out of my position on Ripple. Not that I think it's a bad project. I just think the most it does is a 2x at this point because of the market cap. I mean, you can never count Ripple out. It could
Definitely.
do a bloody 100x unexplained somehow. Who knows? From a combined tweet of Trump and
$589.
who knows, man. But yeah, got out of the majority of my Ripple and into Pengu, even though it's like close to an all-time high now, because that's my way of sort of dollar cost averaging. My bag was big enough to begin with anyway, and having a look at it. So that leads us to today's knowledge-based discussion, which is how to dollar cost average into your investments, why that makes sense in an unpredictable market, and how best to do it.
Yeah, I think like right now the market structure is in a place wherein it's almost swinging towards the altcoin season. We haven't been able to confirm it yet, but there are a lot of indicators now pointing towards the altcoin season. So I think it's best to like you did, right? You sold a bit of Ripple because it's a very big market cap that you hold, and just rotate it to different sort of alts. So I think there are like a basic way to DCA in, and the best strategy is to just implement in terms of technical structure, wherein you are just charting or get a base knowledge about the chart, where the prices are, where the high time frame resistance is and supports it. And that's where you start to get in the money on a weekly basis, for example, on a 3-day basis, if you see the market is very hot.
That's the thing. I wish I kind of, looking back on it, like hindsight, right?
Yeah.
If I had just the amount of money I've put into crypto, if I had DCA'd into Bitcoin from the beginning,
Would have been a very different story.
or even from the last bull cycle,
Year and a half,
right?
yeah.
From a year and a half ago, if I just DCA'd in, I'd be very, very healthy. So DCAing, for those that don't know, is dollar cost averaging, which means that you're not necessarily looking at buying the dip and selling it at the peak. You just believe long-term in the momentum of the market, long-term in the momentum of the project, and you regularly invest to average out what you've gotten into. And that could mean coming up with a strategy as what I actually do as well is $100 a week. I put in a DCA now into the market. And so that means you're less susceptible to the volatility of the market, which I think is smart now, coming up into a bull, rather than breaking your head over, at what part of the peak I bought into.
Yeah.
Essentially, what really matters is the average entry and exit price.
Yeah, that's what strategy anyway did. Like it's been
Continue,
doing
they
for
just
5 years, right?
Picked up some more Bitcoin now at near all-time high, but
They're
it's
still
okay.
above,
It's
yeah.
okay buying it all. That's the other thing. Sometimes people go, "Oh, I've got money now, but it's at an all-time high. I don't want to buy."
Yeah.
If you had dollar cost averaged, your average entry price
Would have been
ignores the all-time high anyway,
Yeah.
because we have such highs and lows in crypto. You can't.
And Bitcoin has no all-time high, right? It keeps on breaking, right? So fiat has no all-time.
But it won't hurt as much. You can get in now, you get a little bit of a dip, but when it all averages out, and there's a favorite saying in crypto, right? Zoom out.
Zoom
out of the graph.
Yeah.
So if you zoom out of the graph and plot the overall growth and look at your dollar cost averaging,
Especially
that's
in
the
the
safest
assets.
strategy to get, if you get in the right project, because there's no point
Yeah.
dollar cost averaging into something that just pumps and dumps.
Pumps and dumps, yeah, exactly. So you need to do your due diligence, and I think we have already covered tokenomics and tokenomics in the previous videos. So I think that's a good starting point to just segregate sort of projects that you want to really delve into.
Yeah.
And it's DeFi primarily, then comes the RWA sector, then comes the AI sector, and then comes the memes, and then majors, right?
Or just looking at the categories, or
Exactly.
doing your 80-20 split, or
Yeah.
however you want to structure your portfolio, which was last week. Last week's topic of conversation. We'll link to it below.
Yeah.
So you can DCA into a particular project, or you can
DC into multiple projects
DCA
at the
into your wallet.
at the same time. Yeah, into wallet.
One thing I will say is that you are susceptible on some exchanges to getting deposit fees. If an exchange charges you a deposit fee, if you're a flat deposit fee, if you're depositing $100 a week, you're going to pay more over the course of a year than if you just did 5,200 at once.
At once, yes.
Which is why it's really important to find an exchange that doesn't charge you any deposit fees.
And that's what Day1X does.
That's what Day1X does.
Yeah.
So what you could do is you could set up an automatic deposit through your bank, where you're automatically funding your Day1X cash balance
Yeah.
every week, a little bit out of your savings, your wages, whatever's left over at the end of the week. You dollar cost average in. You're not being penalized for multiple deposits with Day1X.
It's a flat 0% deposit.
Flat
fee.
0%
Yeah.
on all deposits, whether you use credit card, Apple Pay, or bank transfer, and then you can allocate that to whatever your strategy is. It just takes a little bit pressure off.
Exactly, definitely. And I think that's where a regular user who is not into crypto markets should be doing anyway, because people like outside the crypto world are working into different things, right? And I think crypto is
Exactly.
right
Means
now
you
at
don't
a
have to
point.
pay attention to the charts all the
Charts and
time. You
the
don't have to day trade. You don't have to pick the right time.
Right
You
time.
just have to pick a time. You just have to be in it to win it.
Yeah. Day one or like one day. I think it should be day
Exactly.
one.
Yeah.
So that's where I
Don't
think
wait for one day. Just
Yeah.
come to Day1X.
exactly. So I think that's where I think the crypto is now in a position to get the mass adoption that we all have been waiting for ever since. And I think this is the very right time to start DCA into projects that you really believe into, especially the sector or the portfolio split that we covered like last week's videos as well.
Yeah.
And that should definitely help as a starting point, wherein a lot more can get into Bitcoin and Ethereum and the major L1 projects, and then a bit into the other projects on a DCA format, till the trend is trending up
Yeah.
on all those projects, right? So that should be the one basic strategy, I think, with everyone who wants to get into crypto. That's the number one thing.
That's also a great exit strategy, but we will cover exit strategy and taking profits next week.
Next week, yeah.
Next week. What did you order? I didn't even catch it. Did you...
Cappuccino. Just a
Cappuccino.
drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you got another hot chocolate.
No.
Okay. News. Did you do the pump fund? Did you end up getting into
The allocation?
Yeah.
Nah, I couldn't. I'm still like outside sitting and watching the hype, because I do think pump is a bit like, it might be shielded by the paid influencers. That's what I feel. Because pumps, the revenue that pump used to generate is massively down because Let's Bonk has taken over.
Yeah.
So I'm bullish on the Bonk ecosystem for the time being, and I'm very flexible on these days, right?
Like we're massively bullish on Bonk.
Bonk,
I think
yeah.
we listed it on Day1X. Bonk, Fartcoin, Curve, Layer Zero,
And Kronos.
were our Token Tuesdays. It's probably over by the time you're watching this, but one of the initiatives that we're doing as well is for every token that we list each week, it would be zero fee trades for the first 24 hours. So Token Tuesday to essentially the end of Wednesday, zero fee trades.
Zero fee trades, yeah.
On those assets. If you're watching this still on a Wednesday, because we will upload today, don't miss out. Otherwise, back to 0.1.
And just to highlight, no deposit fee for any fiat and no withdrawal fee charged on any fiat as well. So it's flat.
So we're massively into Bonk. That's why we listed it.
Definitely.
We talked about it last week as well. But it is a great project. It's what your number 2 meme
useless,
allocation.
right? Yeah. Useless and Bonk. I'm pretty.
Pudgy Penguins.
Pengus as well, right? Pengu is one of the biggest bags right now for me. It has flipped over my Ethereum bags like in a couple days back.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting on to see like how Ethereum forms against Pengu. So that's what I'm.
But it was interesting. It was a bit of a pump and dump. So I think the pre-sale allocation was 0.004. Public sale on Saturday was 0.0072.
Yeah.
And it's at
0.006 something. 6 something today.
So 5. So
Okay.
bit of a dump. I actually thought it would dump more. Dude, I thought
It might, right?
I thought.
Yeah. That's why I'm just sitting out. I don't want to be.
I don't know what the token unlocks that are for the pre-sale allocation.
Yeah, I haven't checked the tokenomics yet, but I think I don't want to be stuck in something that is not moving or that's just sitting there. I don't want, like, because the market is right now at a very good structure and I want to be into the bullish projects. Like Hype made an all-time high. It's almost targeting the $50 now. And then SPX is battling the $1.6 resistances as well. So I think those are the bags I will love to be DCing into right now.
SPX.
That's what I'm doing, yeah.
Same.
Coming to the news segment, I think the biggest news this week has been like the bills that
Not
passing, and then the CPI data that came last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 2.7% year on year was the CPI print from US, and that missed the forecast of 2.6. So it's a bit hotter, but I think.
What does that mean? What does that mean for us?
Well, that means they
Is
might.
the bull run over?
Not really. I think that the bull run follows the liquidity, right? That's what I've seen throughout. And I think the liquidity conditions are very good at the moment. I think there might be some sort of a July Fed pause. They might not do anything. That's the prediction right now. It's sitting at 97.5%. The Fed will be just holding the rates as it is. But I sort of am thinking of 25 bips rate cut. That's what my personal prediction looks like. Because the market is...
Hey, we called Bitcoin all-time high. We might be calling...
a Fed rate cut as well, 25 bips against the odds. So that's where I think the market looks like. And I think, personally speaking, I'm quite bullish as long as the trend maintains. So I'm not I'm a believer right now, I would say. Till the time it goes, the trend keeps on stacking up.
So no long-term repercussions?
I think, not really. I think as long as Fed is being able to maintain the target below 3%, it's already there, and I think we might be having some changes in the numbers according to the Fed. So that's what I'm trying to see. But the macro liquidity is ripe right now to get into. It's risk-on environment, so these can be short-term plays just to chop the liquidity, or liquidate the traders that are just in and out of the market. But I think overall, long-term, it's still bullish.
You mentioned useless. You were trying to get me to sell my useless bag before we left the office.
Yeah, so I was thinking, we have already...
I was like, save it for the podcast. I don't want to know.
Oh, yes.
I'll take the finance. I don't want to know. I'll take the hit if I miss out. But what the hell was that about?
Nothing. It's just rotating or trying to preserve your capital so that you can get into another opportunity. So it's the altcoin seasons, and it comes with the rotation, quick rotation.
Don't marry your bags.
Don't marry your bags. That's.
Although I'm pretty married to...
Pengu. I'm married to Pengu right now.
like I said, bought more of that. If my wife's watching, I'm not going to say exactly how much. And SPX, I'm pretty married to SPX. Useless, you know why I'm not selling in useless? I have a certain number of tokens, and that I landed on that number really randomly because I just put in however much I put in.
420.69?
Something like that. And I'm just like, oh wow, I've got that. That's a really cool number, and I don't want to get out of it because that was literally it. I was like, should I sell some to get my initial investment back?
Yeah.
Because I've doubled.
Yeah. That's where I came up with, right? We have
Well, I
already
was like,
doubled, like, okay.
Nah, I like it.
Keep it
It might
running.
be a sign. It might be a sign.
No, definitely. And it's making all-time highs, right? So it's already into price discovery. So we never
It's
know.
nice and volatile. It might be one that you'd want to like dollar cost average into because looking at the chart, and I'm guilty of it, you go,
Yeah.
it's taken a dip, but the trend is going up. I think the community is still there. I don't think it's necessarily going anywhere. Ironically, if something does kind of like take the wind out of the sails, it might be SPX if that goes on a massive run because I do think it's sort of that counter culture demographic sits
Demographic,
across
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
But you know, there's no reason that they can't exist together, and I think have been for the time
Exactly. Yeah, I think a lot of meme coins are gonna be following Pengu's run, especially like how Pengu is delivering the community.
Yeah.
And so
I think that's been the key. Like you were pointing out to Matt in the office, or
Yeah.
any sort of Web3 personality or Web3 project is now. It's almost like NFTs.
Exactly.
Everybody was putting up their. Well,
And
that's where penguins come from. So that's probably where they've learned it from. But everybody was putting up penguins that, you know.
it's a profile picture now, right now. on X.
Now Pengu is
Yeah, I also have it, so I think you should definitely get one as well. But I think, yeah, that's what the general trend has been. And I think Pengu is now linking up with Suplay. That's a Chinese firm. So that's a recent news that came up. And they are in the middle of launching the video game as well this week. So
They are. I
interesting.
think that was massive. They're launching
Yeah.
a player versus player mobile game
Yep.
where you, I'm assuming, stake, essentially gamble Pengu and
Pengu
get
tokens.
Tokens and
And it
rewards,
unlocks
which is
a big gaming sector, right? So
Yeah,
Pengu
so
is
Pengu-
literally getting into gaming,
Pengu's
NFT,
now exactly started as
ETF.
a NFT meme coin, has physical products now in stores, is now getting into gaming. Next there'll be like a Pengu AI. Who knows? You saw Elon posted the little manga Japanese
Yeah.
girl
Oh, yeah.
companion on
The
on
group.
Grok.
Yeah.
So like only Elon would think that was a good idea.
Yeah, so
But maybe I get a little Pengu avatar AI somewhere. Who knows?
we know. Yeah, we never know.
You never know.
But yeah,
And I think
Pengu
that's
is
great for that project. And for people that are looking, it was an interesting point Maddie made in the office. Is looked at Pengu and gone, oh, they've done this in 6 months. It was 3 years in the NFT space.
in the making. Yeah, it's 3 years in the
NFT
making.
space. So it's
Yeah.
not a new project. The token just happens to be new. But I think having a look at the way it's going, I think nice all-time high soon, and then we'll see. I do think you get some psychological sells at all-time high
Yeah.
because it's been so long coming. When you look at the graph, it hasn't
Yeah.
been up and down. It's a nice sort of like
Potential
trend
cup
up.
and handle. Potentially.
Yeah, I think cup and handle.
Yeah, potentially cup and handle in the play, but yeah, the overall trend I think remains bullish. So we should definitely get some DCA in
Yeah.
at these levels, as per like altcoin structure is like making bullish vibes, and then there's Bitcoin holding the stability right in the portfolio. So 2% dip in Bitcoin hasn't affected alts at all this week. That's what I tweeted about. Like if
Well, I think the
Bitcoin
best
goes
thing
up,
was I saw Bitcoin
altcoins-
go down and
everything was holding.
Also in the green.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, we're here.
That's the first major sign.
And then ETH as well.
And
I
ETH
think
made a new high today.
Yeah, not all-time high coming.
Not all-time high for the time being, yeah, but a new high on a daily. So
Do you think we ever see? Okay, ever is a long term, but do you think we see an ETH all-time high this cycle?
we should. I think that's gonna be.
I think if we see an ETH all-time high this cycle, as in this year,
Yep.
all bets are off on anything. I think it's like through the roof. I think
Yeah, that's
that's the super cycle. at
Super
that point.
cycle
I
thing.
think that's super.
Yeah,
Like for
because-
ETH to make all-time high, I think
it's gonna be a very big thing for the industry, especially because the industry has matured in a way when it comes to stable coins, and now the regulations are coming for the stable coins and stable
I was gonna say I think Bitcoin and stable coins have matured.
and RWA. Yeah.
And I think if we see ETH all-time high, we have this perfect once in a lifetime perhaps storm of there's still that leftover.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's magic internet money. It's memes. It's this as well as institutional adoption together. And I think if that happens, it's probably the last cycle that type of thing
Yeah,
happens in.
that's where I think the general curve looks like, right? It's early adoption, then it comes to the masses, right?
Yeah.
And I think we are just following that curve right now, wherein we are entering the phase of mass adoption,
Yeah.
which was in the coming, right? In the making.
And it's not too late to get in. Like
Exactly.
it's not just because we're seeing Bitcoin all-time high now.
Yeah.
Remember, if you rather than zooming out, if you zoom in at the last cycle, they were all-time highs all the time until they weren't. So just because we've hit an all-time high now and it's an amazing number of 122 almost, 123 almost,
yeah.
doesn't mean that it's not going to go higher. I think 125 is a real psychological hit that we get, I think, next week.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's really sky's the limit. So don't think there's this huge, amazing. It's 125. That's huge. I've missed the train.
Yeah.
You haven't missed the train.
We haven't missed the train yet.
And I think psychologically, we need to get out of how many Bitcoins you're holding and into how many sats you're holding, because eventually Bitcoin is out of most people's reach at the moment.
Yeah. So then the more the number of sats that you can stack,
I think it's sats now.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
the
sats.
goal should be to
stack
And
more
I
sats.
I think that's the narrative needs to change a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all about corporate treasuries for the time being, right? So a lot of companies are now jumping into Ethereum treasury as well, wherein SharpLink has overtaken Ethereum Foundation in terms of Ethereum holdings.
Yeah.
So that's a big news coming this
It's because
week.
Ethereum Foundation keeps selling off.
Selling,
the whole-
and SharpLink had been the OTC buyers against those bags. So that's an interesting piece
That's
that
very
has
interesting.
developed this week. Yeah. So
That's
a lot
very
of things are happening in this space. Crazy things. Wherein
You know what I saw happen? My favorite topic of going nowhere. Ondo BNB chain is using Ondo Finance to tokenize 100 plus stocks. So Binance is
yes.
getting into the e-stocks and they're doing that with Ondo Finance.
yeah.
Has this moved the Ondo Finance price?
It has. It has.
It's gone.
5-6%.
Everything's gone.
Everything's
Calm
gone.
down, calm down. Ondo. This is the bitter segment of. You thought bitter was about coffee. No, bitter is about me and Ondo. Because I do think we'll get there, and I am bullish on Ondo, but right now it's the king of it. I think
RWA.
head to head, Ondo and Chainlink are my good news, no movement.
Well, that's true. I think
Right.
Ondo is still under accumulation phase, and I think it's just starting to go
I
up
think it
now.
boomed really quickly because of the backing and who was involved, and I think that was perhaps a premature high.
Yeah. But I think now
now-
comes the fundamentals,
now
because
the
it's
fundamentals are
tokenized, and they are like launching on Ethereum chain, BNB chain, and like Solana chain. So they are going multi-chain straight away. And what I've seen is like they'll be listing more than 200 stocks, plus tokenized money markets.
So I saw 100. Yeah.
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 So a lot to come from Ondo, I think. So we shouldn't be sleeping on Ondo for the time being now. I know we have accumulated at a little bit of pricing, but I think it's wise to DCA into Ondo.
I think
for
that's
the
a
time
great
being
one
as
to DCA into because it's slower to move, but I think when it moves, it'll
won't
move
stop.
quickly.
Yeah.
And it won't stop. So averaging the entry price, the entry point for you is probably the smart move.
I think anything below $1 for Ondo is a very good bargain price for the time being. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's trying to battle $1 soon.
Yeah.
If it flips, I think it goes very quickly 20 to 30% up.
Yeah.
But I think anything below $1 is very good for such a fundamental driven project.
I'd even say it's even at $1, it's a good buy. Long term, like if you're looking long term and what we expect to happen by the end of the year, I think even at it's a no brainer. Not financial advice under $1, but I think even after that, if the right momentum is there, I think it's a good point to go into.
Personally, I think what Ondo looks like is like Amazon at the start, wherein Amazon was in 2001, 2002 in the making, and then the dot-com bubble came, and then Amazon survived, right? So Ondo is certainly a project which is like the future of finance, because everything's going to be tokenized, and Ondo has big backers to it.
Yep.
Ondo is the one based US project. That is another key highlight to it.
Yep.
So I think the Trump is going to be pushing those projects out in the market, right? And those are the big backer company projects.
We said it last week. It's so unpredictable. Trump comes out and goes, theoretically, tax-free on US-based projects, and it's game over. And once again, we're having a completely different discussion next week if he does that. I'm not saying he will, but it's just so unpredictable at the moment, which is why I love this market. It's so unpredictable. It's a great game, it's about trying to once again hedge your bets with the smart plays, and I think we've consistently outlined which the smart plays are, and then getting into some more of the degenerate gambles. I like the one that you showed me for 5 seconds on it had a pretty website. What was it, Mamo?
Mamo, yeah.
We know nothing about it. We literally just came across it. And we're like, oh, this looks good.
It's automated strategies delivering by the bots, by AI-driven bots, wherein they are literally giving like 5%, 5.6% APY on base chain. So a lot of CEOs and a lot of big influencers. It's on base, yeah.
Okay, see, I'm looking for more. A lot of the time we talk about sectors and categories of what to get into, but another smart play is getting into particular chains.
Base tokens, base tokens.
Well, just another chain, not base necessarily, but looking at what's going. If you believe in a particular layer one, that layer one, it's almost a way to do derivatives because you can just go, okay, what is the number one, number two, number three project on that chain? Because if that chain pumps 10%, those are going to pump 30.
Yeah, those are the beta plays that we call. Yeah.
So I think base is nice. I don't think it's going to be too volatile because it is of where it comes from and the ecosystem that it's part of. I do like Arrow. But I also think looking at what is coming in base is super interesting because when base booms, all those are going to move even higher.
Definitely. And
it's like me, I put a lot of, now moving out of ETH, I've got ENA, right? Because that's sort of like, that's going to be what moves, I think, more risk as well. So you can move either way.
Yeah, definitely. There's a risk associated.
But it's a way of putting margins onto these tokens, onto layer ones.
Yeah, and I think Base is coming up with an announcement tonight probably, or tomorrow, Australian time. So that's a big one to keep up with. They haven't launched it, like they have been teasing it, that a big shift is coming on the Base. So they are just trying to tease it now. So I think we'll get more clarity.
What did they purchase recently?
Circle. So they are getting very big into stablecoin market as well. So let's see what Base does. So that's another thing to keep up an eye on. And definitely, I think Aero is a very big project on Base, and that has been sort of integrated.
So that's
on the deck side.
That's interesting.
Interesting plays on the Base now.
If they move more into the, I open up a news website and every day it's like Ripple moved into the Swift ecosystem, et cetera. But I think
Base is making really big moves as well.
If Base,
Coinbase, yeah,
that's interesting. Coinbase is the darling of the American crypto landscape, US crypto landscape. So we talked about last week with Kronos and the White House ETF being joking that it was a handshake deal over a golf game with Trump. Maybe it was, but Base is in those types of conversations as well. And if they can get into some traditional finance play, I think that's super interesting. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Watch this space. We'll dissect it next week.
Definitely, yeah. We'll come up with the Base story anyway, so that's going to be the big thing.
Yeah, didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think the next play for us is we're going to do like a Telegram group or something. We might do a Day 1X Telegram group. We might do a bit of a bullish Telegram group. At the end of the day, it's sort of all the same. It's designed to give you some crypto market news and some alpha.
Some alpha, yeah, definitely.
And like a place to share memes. I love a meme
and Pengu memes.
Pengu memes. He's so bullish on Pengu. The whole office is bullish on Pengu now.
Well, the whole world is, I think, bullish on Pengu right now.
It's definitely the talk of the town. It's the
whole crypto community is like sort of, the FOMO started, I think that's what I feel. And the charts reflected. So I'm bullish as long as the charts reflected.
I think it's a perfect storm. Pengu's a perfect storm. I said last week or the week before, my daughter, Allegra, hello, walks up to the desk and goes, oh, penguin, and that's what I bought. I'm like, hey, cute penguin, I'm in.
Yeah, I've been showing my wife the same. Like, she's okay, these look cute. But yeah, definitely a storm is coming, I think, from the Pengu perspective.
Okay, predictions for the next week?
I think Bitcoin chops around 120-ish. I don't think it's gonna be.
You don't think it sets all-time high by next week?
Maybe an all-time high, but it's gonna be chopped.
It won't be a massive all-time high. I think it might. I think it's sort of at
maybe
that point.
Maybe a try and just come back. So
yeah, because the
formal range.
The drop hasn't been so. I think it's just going to touch, and then I think we're going to a little bit of upwards chop.
Yeah, that's what I want to see in the market because it gives the breathing space for the altcoins to fly.
Yeah.
So if Bitcoin makes an all-time high, tries to make a range here, it's going to be very big and healthy for the overall crypto market. That's what I feel.
You, because I stalk you on Twitter, Aave, you think
It's already broken.
It's
So
already broken?
yeah, Tau is already broken as well. So Aave and Tau have already broken the downtrending line, and that's what I've recently tweeted.
Still
as
a
well
buy?
today. Still a buy, yes.
Still a buy, Pengu's a buy. I think a lot of things are a buy at the moment. SPX is a buy, Pengu's a buy, Bonk's a buy.
Yeah, but we want to be betting on the leading ones. That's what my ideology is around this cycle, especially. We want to be holding the
Well, I
ones
think-
that are already making all-time highs or just trying to reclaim something.
I think if you want to make it a little bit simpler, we're still in the top 25 tokens on the chart, or the top 5 or top 10 of each category, if you want to break it out that way, because it's going
It's easier.
We talk about liquidity going from Bitcoin into ETH into alts, but it actually is Bitcoin into ETH, Solana, XRP,
Sui,
and
C.
then those have another liquidity play into the top safe alts, and then when people
Really go
5x on Pengu, they're going to be like, okay, what's the next cute
Next.
animal? And that's when you get the degenerate plays at the very bottom that would make Alex Becker's palms sweaty.
Yeah, that's what is coming, I think. In a month and a half, I think, wherein Bitcoin does 135 to 150K range.
Yeah.
That's what the structure looks like for the time being. I think August end or August mid is when we get 135 to 150K in Bitcoin. Ethereum then breaks out to an all-time high. Ethereum might be battling around 4,000 by then. And then the other tokens join the party. So I
I
think
just think an all-time high for ETH is difficult because there's other plays now. From a marketing point of view, it used to be Bitcoin, Ethereum. That's what everybody knew.
Yeah.
But now people know Bitcoin,
Solana, Sui,
Sui. There's
C.
other that it's
New chains.
We talk about the amount of tokens diluting liquidity.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot to discuss in regards to diluting attention span. The most retail, everybody wants to have a pick and a bet, and
Definitely.
everybody wants to be the expert in the circle group.
Yeah.
But there's only so many handful tokens that retail will keep top of mind and remember. Like we ask, most people won't know hype, even though it's like sitting that far up the
11,
chart.
11, yeah,
But people
rank
know
11.
Solana.
definitely.
The average person, right? The average person now knows Solana because of the news. I think they know things like
ETF,
Sui,
yeah.
the ETF stories. They definitely know XRP.
Yeah.
So I feel like that attention is now diluted, not in ETH's favor.
That's
and
true.
I think the money that would have traditionally gone from Bitcoin to ETH is now going from Bitcoin into at least five other
tokens.
projects.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Which
where
is
we want
why
to
I
be.
see, like, if we group them together,
Yeah,
that's where ETH would have jumped to before. But I think now,
And I think that's where
it's a
the
struggle.
DC strategy
because
is
everyone's going to be
different.
smart ass. Oh, you're going into ETH. I'm going into Solana. Like
Exactly.
it's,
Yeah.
there's alternative horses to bet on now because you want to do better than your mates and be like, oh, you 2x on ETH, I 3x on Solana, I 4x on Solana.
Yeah.
Human nature, I think, is unfortunately not in ETH's favor.
That's true. That's what I think as well. And I think there are 2 points to add to this. I think that's where the market cap theory comes into the play, wherein a smaller market cap based L1, for example, Sui takes the lead because people want to make more X's now rather than just trusting the project and just sitting there. And the other thing being is like the DC strategy that we discussed
Yeah.
can be like now rather than DCing into just one coin, you diversify the risk, put into Sui, maybe
Into the
5%.
portfolio structure that
Exactly.
we talked
That we
about
talked about.
yesterday,
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah. That's where I think we should be starting to DC in a lot more altcoins, especially in the L1 space. And then you jump into the DeFi or like what sort of other bags you want to keep. So that's where I think Ethereum has now, every cycle there is a new Ethereum killer that comes into the play. But I think Ethereum is now very big
I think it is. I think it's what Litecoin wanted to be. It's the silver to the gold.
Sui, Solana, everyone is just now another
I don't
Ethereum
think
killer.
I don't think ETH's going anywhere. I don't believe in anything's flipping ETH. I don't think at 2 bull runs ago we were seriously saying that Ethereum might flip Bitcoin. I think that's never going to happen. I don't see Solana flipping ETH. I think ETH still sits there as a number 2 because it is fundamentally and technologically a good project that a lot of layer 2s will continue being built on, and a lot of tokens will
Everything
continue being
fundamentally
launched
is
on.
now being built on Ethereum, and like every RWA project has a.
Well, that's essentially it. It's almost like
It's a foundational
what
layer.
I was talking about is it's almost the same as when I was talking about, you get the second or third token on base if you want to like do a
Play a
derivative
beta, yeah.
of base.
Yeah.
It's almost like that with these layer twos. It's a bet on ETH
Yeah,
because
definitely.
they're built on ETH. So
Yeah.
you're betting on the ecosystem. Unfortunately, in ETH itself, it
But
just
trying
it
to
dilutes.
make more excess. So I think ETH stays number 2.
Yeah.
And then I think we might see some new runners like Hype get into top 10.
This is the hype shoe.
This is a Hype shell, yeah. I'm very bullish on Hype, and I think the price is
What's it
reflecting
at
the
now?
same. 47, 48. It did go to like 49, but couldn't break above like $50 is a psychological level, right?
What's it on market cap?
16, 17 billion, that's it. And that is like number one product in the market right now in terms of perps. Phantom launched on like Hyperliquid. They chose Hyperliquid to launch their perps. So I think
I think a hype and very, very shallow look into it.
Yep.
You've shifted you should a lot. I like the alternative that you showed me, Avo.
Evo,
I
yeah.
think like great branding, like nice catchy name, Avo.
Good backers as well.
Great backers,
Great backers.
great website. I think Avo, we might
No token unlocks as well. So I think that fits another
I think I'm
criteria.
going to get back to the office and put some money into that.
Yeah.
But I think that I like that a little bit more than hype seems a little like centralized at the moment. And I still don't get why. It's built on arbitrum. Like,
Yeah, it's built on Arbitrum.
the proof for me will be when they shift the exchange onto hype.
Yeah, so they do have their own native chain. That's called Hype.
But they don't use it.
They do use it. So it's
Really?
basically bridging to Hype. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
So I think that's another big infrastructure play.
It's gambling on the roadmap.
But it's a big infrastructure play. So Nasdaq listed companies are also gambling on it. So
It's a big infrastructure. But I think it's a great project.
Great
I'm just, I like.
you can be bitter on it, but I can be bullish on it and make.
Yeah, there you go. Let me bit on it. No, I think it's very interesting, and it's to me that is the at where we are now in the market. The fact that it's come so far so quickly is I think amazing and speaks to the team and the quality of the project.
Yeah.
Look, I'll joke, but you can put money into hype now and be happy in 3 months.
Definitely. I think that's what
you
I
can dollar cost average into hype and be happy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, but
There's
will they?
levels of happy. You get your Lambo.
Oh, yes.
You get your Lambo. It just depends which Lambo. And if it's at the dealership or of car sales.
Yeah.
But you get there on that.
You get it. Yeah.
But there's a lot of good projects like that. I think HBAR still has
Legs.
legs to
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
which is on day one. I think now is a little bit of a shake up of what layer ones and layer twos are in play. And I think we're going to, and I'll be the first to admit it now. I'm out now, so I can say it. I think we see the likes of Avalanche and Cardano
Growing up a bit. Yeah, definitely.
drop
I think.
away. No, I think we see them drop away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think we see them. There's no value. Like there's no hype behind it.
Yeah.
I still think I think AVX is a great project, but
It's more of a
entering the market now. Would you buy the old horse
exactly.
or the new gamble?
Yeah. That's where I think a lot of mind share is now, and especially into the new tokens that are being listed or launched. And these coins are now in a process of getting themselves into a Dino coin sort of.
I think AVX is the Dino coin.
And it has unlocks as well. So it
I
has
was
been.
wrong last week. I was
Yeah.
like, I was for sure it's so old that it's not going to have any unlocks, and I trying to record off, and it was like, dude, there's unlocks.
Yeah, there are unlocks happening as we speak. So yeah, that's number one thing that we need to be careful about, especially when getting into altcoins.
It's like being fished in
Exit liquidity, man. Like you.
They got me.
Yeah.
They got me. There's unlocks, it's just such an old project. I didn't assume there to be significant unlocks that matter, but I was wrong. I have now, I've gotten out of AVX.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart move wherein you can capitalize on the new market movements rather than just sitting and just waiting
I just
patiently.
realized that I sort of married that bag. I got in super early on AVX, and because I got in super early and dollar cost averaged out, I've left my position happily. It's just one of those things. I was like, oh, it's going to go to all-time highs again. Yeah. The chances of a lot of these tokens going to all-time highs now is going to be very difficult. You're going to have more of a chance of getting an all-time high on Hype, HBAR, than you are on something like AVAX, just because there were less projects to choose from back then.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't see AVAX hitting an all-time high now.
Yep.
It still made 2x. Don't get me wrong; it's not a horrible project. It made 3x even, but I think
No price discovery as such, I think.
exactly
Yeah.
the upside on these
limited.
newer projects is more exciting.
It's more exciting. Yeah. That's where I think we thrive as an industry, because there are innovations that keep on happening after every cycle, right? So there will be a bear market wherein the people will be building new things, right? That's where this industry comes up. And I think if the companies are not pivoting to new technology, or they're not making essential changes, that they come into the dino side of the things.
So, I mean, we have Bitcoin's the king dino coin, right? We have one coin that essentially does nothing.
Till Satoshi dumps his bag. He's the fifth richest holder in the world. Like, he's the fifth. Yeah, I think 115 billion was his share now. So making him the fifth richest person in the world.
Whoever he was is.
Maybe he can dump. Who knows?
I said it last week or the week before. Can you imagine? Countries will go bankrupt.
MicroStrategy will go bankrupt.
Michael Saylor will walk off a cliff.
Yeah.
But countries will go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like it's. If you think about it, it's quite
Big thing to think
amazing
about, yeah.
how much faith has been put into a project with such a massive uncertainty. But I think it's part of the excitement.
It's part of the excitement.
Welcome to crypto. Cool. I think it's good. Good chat. Coffee.
I think 4 out of 5. Earthy. Yeah.
Earthy.
Yeah.
I got it with the oat milk, so it's hard to tell. But it wasn't bad. It's one of those. It's not like a cafe place. It's like a restaurant coffee, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You'd
More
have
towards
like
the fancy side of the coffee. Yeah.
Nah, not fancy. More average. So you'd have like your pasta and you're full, and get a coffee for the road. That type of thing, rather than the Melbourne. Let's go get a good coffee. I gotta wonder what beans they're getting. It's not a coffee place, but to be fair, it's not pretending to be a coffee place. It was just a nice little
Restaurant.
nice little place we could go into. Next week we will try doing more of a coffee place.
Yep.
Maybe actually have a look at the beans that they're using as well. I keep wanting to get into Maker. There is the Maker near our office is just always busy this time of day. There is another Maker down the street that we might go to. I actually had coffee there with Ben Simpson. Shout out to Ben.
Okay.
We're gonna try and get him on the show soon, but maybe that's one that we walk down to. It's probably like twice the distance from where we just walked.
Okay. We should definitely try them. Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
Yeah. Watch out our videos. We'll be coming with more alpha every week.
Every week. Cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the longest episode we've done. If you're up to this point, thank you for your patience. We're also going to try and cut some shorter clips. And yeah, that's it.
That's it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.